you have the power to remain in your center. And with that, you can move forward powerfully and intentionally, or with intention. And that just makes everything just so much clearer. You feeling powerful and strong and determined to just be at peace and be you.
My name is Sheena Ewan. I am a person of many things, many talents. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a university case coordinator and a soul alchemist, which means that I transform trauma into treasure and find beautiful things on the way. I was born in Mississauga, Ontario, but my background is Jamaican. So my sister and I were born here in Canada, but all of my family is from Jamaica. People from the Caribbean specifically would have preferred to move to the States. My dad did move to the States originally. My mom actually moved to Canada because she found it harder to get into the States, even though she had credentials. And they met in New York, and so because my mom was secure, she had a good job here, she had my dad move up here instead of her moving down there. I had many dreams: to be an astronaut, to be a doctor, to be a dancer, really all of the hobbies that my parents put me in, I wanted to be a little part of that. I think as time evolved, I became more aware of the impact of my identity on the roles that I wanted to play, and so ended up, I think, deciding to go with something that was a little bit more traditional, quote unquote, but my soul, which is me, ended up really pulling me back to what it is that I have always loved and have been interested in, which has really been like esoteric, paranormal, parapsychology, all the things that are unexplainable. I would definitely say I think the most challenging situation I've had to face has been really deciding what it is that I want to do for myself. I think being a family or a child of immigrants, you really want to please and make sure that you are fulfilling not only your own dreams but your family's dreams. So it's definitely been a challenge. One, being a person of color, I grew up in a community that was 95% Caucasian, so finding my own identity within that, but also two, I'm smart and I'm talented and I'm skilled, and wanting to use the talents that I really hold valuable. So really finding that strength within myself, within my identity, finding what my identity is, and being able to articulate that for myself, stationing myself, but also for my family and then to the wider world. That's been the biggest challenge. The decision that I'm the most proud of has definitely been to advocate for my own desires and needs. For me, that really has meant moving away from traditional or organized religion, the way things have always been done, and really investigating what my values are, not the things that have been imposed on me. I've really created something for myself that I can rely on and feel comfortable with and feel empowered. Professionally, it's amazing and interesting, the alignment of timing.
I'm applying for the Pollination Project Pay It Forward loan in support of a new initiative that I'm working on called One People TO, or One People Toronto, which is really focused on the success and development of artisans, entrepreneurs, and practitioners of color.
And that has really been the amalgamation of all my experiences, from going to therapy at 17 years old up until now. I'm such an advocate of all of those things. So I'm a Reiki master teacher, and because of that, I've really felt and experienced the value and the growth within myself exponentially. It's incredible, really, to think about how far I've come personally, self-confidence-wise, in the 7 years that I've been experiencing the energy that is Reiki. So being able to bring that to a brick and mortar space that other people can access is something that I'm super, super proud of and excited to share. It's interesting, I think my family, they're supportive in a way, and in another way, they are still of the mindset that, that's just on the side. It's like, even though I'm doing, I'm opening this enterprise and I've been doing Reiki professionally for about 6-7 years, and tarot and astrology longer than that. There's still this underlying sense of either she can't make that full time, or she doesn't really want to do that full time. My grandmother, who's religious, will also be the first person to say, what are, that thing that you do, and she won't say like Reiki, but she was like, my back is hurting, my leg is hurting, can you do something, So they obviously recognize the power, and if anything, that's just that little piece of like, yes, I got you, let's go, I'm gonna bring you along, And they don't really have to believe 100%, they can definitely attest to the increase in value and self-confidence and just determination and drive that they see in me. When I came across Reiki, it was just so synchronistic. It's like, and even at that time, I wasn't really someone that necessarily believed in synchronicity. Being at the highest dose of medication and going to therapy on a regular basis, I still wasn't feeling how you would think that you would feel doing everything that you're told to do. And so I took it upon myself to investigate alternative therapies, really, and I say this and it sounds bad, but it was out of desperation. And when I went to the session, so many things happened. I laughed, I cried. I felt like in the moment, like embarrassed that all these things were coming out. It was like Pandora's box. And on the way home, like all of the lights were green. I just felt so open. I didn't come this far only to come this far really means to me. It's really, to me, all of my ancestors behind me. And even as I say that, I kind of get emotional because I feel like the power of them supporting me and supporting me with my dreams, not anybody else's dreams, not my parents' dreams, family, or oh, you're good at that, or teachers, whatever. It's really the cultivation of like myself with capital S, and what I can do to share that empowerment with other people. I've only come this far so far, and I'm so excited to see what comes up next. You or I, whomever is receiving this, is the end all and be all. There's no job, there's no title, there's nothing that's the end all and be all. The self-development work is the end all and be all. So really taking the time to discover who that individual is, what their soul desires, what they love, what lights them up, that is worth investigating, like of everything. So then like where you want to navigate, to move through, who the people that you want to connect with, and really that comes down for me to identity. And really being willing to share your identity, to station yourself in the world, and be strong in that. And that doesn't always mean like happy strong, it's just knowing that you have this resilience because you're able to identify with who you are and why you are, and all of those things that come into play with that, and being able to represent yourself. That's really important. My name is Sheena Ewan. I didn't come this far to only come this far.
Didn't come this far to only come this far.